Hi, my name is Letitia Milner, and I am in Counseling 508 Interpersonal Communication. I would like to start my first slide, and it is the title slide, which I feel is really catchy. And it is Look Who's Talking Now, a look into interpersonal communication by Letitia Milner. My first slide is the definition of interpersonal communication, which is interpersonal communication is defined as a kind of communication that happens when the people involved talk and listen in ways that maximize the presence of the personal according to Stewart. The next slide is identifying overarching goals when enlarging conversations. How we talk can impact how we effectively communicate our feelings and thoughts with others. My overarching goal is to share my thoughts and effectively without labeling, attacking, accusing, or judging the individual or individuals I am having a conversation with in order to encourage all parties involved to feel safe to share their feelings. The next slide is defining behavioral blend. The four basic personality types known as DISC behavioral types. Individuals possess a behavioral blend of the four personality types. Research suggests that very few people are just one type of behavior, and most are a combination of two or more behavioral types. D stands for you think or feel that people expect you to be dominant, direct, demanding, and determined. You think people expect you to be inspiring and influencing. S, you think people expect you to be more sensitive and submissive. C, you think people expect you to be cautious and calculating. The next slide is behavioral blend. My behavioral blend is SC type. I can be both dominant and submissive. I can tend to overanalyze and take too long in planning and decision making. I can relate to all types of people, whether in positions of power or not. Behavioral blend continued. Positive influence of my behavioral types. I don't mind playing a more supportive role in relationship. I can take charge and assume a leadership role when needed. Negative influences of my behavioral type. I feel the pressure of being pulled in different directions. I am often conflicted with feelings of whether to assume more of a leadership role or remain in a supportive role. Potential barriers in communication. My barriers are self-disclosure, self-presentation, and mindful talking. Descriptions of these potential barriers. I would like to start with self-disclosure. Self-disclosure is defined as revealing to another person how you perceive and are reacting to the present situation, and giving any information about yourself and your past is relevant to an understanding of your perceptions and reactions to the present. I personally have reservations of disclosing certain things about myself. I am a firm believer that some things are better left unsaid. I now recognize that this behavior only hinders the progress of developing a deeper relationship with individuals other than family, because you can be viewed as being too rigid. Self-presentation. Self-presentation is defined as the process by which we try to shape what others think of us and what we think of ourselves. It is a part of impression management, which is the general process by which you behave in a particular way to create desired social images. I can acknowledge that I want to control what others think of me, and that sometimes requires me to behave or react in ways that I feel that others would want me to, and not how I truly would want to. I never want to be seen as acting or behaving inappropriately, so sometimes it's hard for me to let loose and let my hair down. I feel that I would rather be viewed as somewhat rigid than as someone to be laughed or mocked. Mindful talking. Mindful talking can be defined as acknowledging others' feelings and respecting others' views while engaged in a conversation or disagreement with an individual or group. I can acknowledge that when I don't agree with someone, with what someone is saying, whether it is in general conversation or otherwise, I find myself attacking their views and not respecting their right to their opinion. I also acknowledge that it's hard for others to disclose when they feel that they will be attacked. Solutions for potential barriers. For self-disclosure, I will take baby steps in disclosing personal information about myself in order to increase my willingness and comfort to disclose more. Self-presentation. I will try not to be consumed with what others think about me and identify ways to be more comfortable with being myself because people respect authenticity and genuine behavior. Mindful talking. I will embrace others' ideas and thoughts and identify ways to respectfully disagree with views that are different from mine. Noise pollution. Noise pollution can be defined as factors that influence us to be distracted from Noise pollution can be defined as factors that influence us to distract from listening effectively at level 1. There are two types of noise pollution: internal noise and external noise. Characteristics of internal noise would be hearing what you want to hear, biased listening, emotional listening, and fatigue. Solutions to this can be: don't allow your past influence how you listen, and replace negative thinking practices with positive ones. Characteristics of external noise: loud outside noises, fast talking, outside distractions, multitasking. Solutions to external noise is: try to find a quiet place away from the noise. Ask questions to enhance your ability to understand someone who speaks fast. And try to focus on one thing at a time. Plan of action. My plan of action is to identify effective ways to be a mindful listener and talker in order to create an openness in relationships. Respect others' opinions even when they differ from my own. Self-disclose more to build more meaningful relationships. Be yourself. Others appreciate authenticity. Improve decision-making skills. Don't overthink things. In conclusion, this class has been a real eye-opener. I was able to identify areas that I need to improve my communication. I'm now aware of my shortcomings as it relates to interpersonal communication, and I am now equipped with the tools to avoid continuing the same behavior. I would like to say that personally, my communication style has been somewhat rigid. I consider myself to be a great listener, but except for when someone is, have views that are different from my own, and that's when I do speak up, and I can be somewhat inappropriate and disrespectful to others' feelings and their views about certain things. And so being in this class has definitely been a great eye-opener. Like these books, I'm going to keep them because I'm going to need to reference in the talk listener card. Because that's the way to fight fair when you communicate. And I'm definitely going to embrace understanding my behavioral blend and how ways that I can communicate better with others by understanding that. And just reflecting on Bridges Not Walls self-disclosure. I found that section to be most telling for me because I do have a real issue with disclosing personal information about myself. And just overall, the class was great. I want to say thank you for the opportunity. You did a wonderful job. The syllabus was wonderful. The response to when I would email you was direct. I had a blast in the class. This really flew by fast. This is the first time I took 2 classes at one time in the master's program, and I thought I would be overwhelmed, which I was with working as much as I do, but I can really say this was a joy. It was an eye-opening experience, and I thank you, and I want to say be blessed and enjoy your holidays. Thank you. Bye.